I think you can 100% turn your bedroom into an incredible creative space where like every time you sit down, you're super inspired to make stuff. And I don't think it matters whether you're a painter or a musician or obviously not a dancer or something, but it's extremely individual as well. I found looking at like different musicians' studios, like Andrew Huang or people like that. He likes making his studio space feel like a spaceship and super futuristic and white and everything. And a lot of dance producers I know just like making it really dark and having lots of LEDs and making it like feel like a club situation. But I personally like really cozy vibes. So I like plants, I like candles, I like... You just have to kind of dedicate some time to making the space look nice for you. And I started making music in my bedroom when I was 18, like 5 years ago. And that was the only space I had. So I decked it out and I moved stuff around like every like 6 months or a couple years, and like gradually it turned into a really creative space that I like love to work in. And it was really small, but it was a great vibe. And recently, if you saw my last video, you'll know I moved to a new room in the same house, in my parents' house. And that's because just a bigger room freed up and I was like, fuck it, more space. So I just got beat from behind me. Bro, we're in traffic, relax. Should I just do my back windscreen wipers? There we go. I'm such a... So yeah, I've moved into a new room in my house, and it's got heaps more room and a lot of light, and I quite like it. But the issue is, it doesn't have the vibes that I had developed in that other room over years. So I need to figure out how to make this room into a vibe, and that's what I'm gonna do this week. I'm gonna take you along for the ride. But first, I'm getting a new bed. A bigger bed, because I have more space. So we're off to IKEA. All right. So apparently the situation is that the click and collect was not at this IKEA. I have to go to another place, which is fun. But I also still need to get like an actual duvet. So I'm gonna head back in and pick that up. So all the stuff from IKEA is outside and ready to be set up. But first I want to do a quick before and show you guys what the room looks like before we do anything to it. So this is the room in question. Basically this is how I've got it set up at the moment. I'm obviously moved in last week. So in this corner we've got like, I don't know, this is kind of just storing the stuff which I haven't actually set up yet. This corner's got the setup and where I've been filming videos and making music and stuff. And over here we have bed. And speaking of bed, I can't really figure out what orientation I want everything to be in until I have that bigger bed done. So let's construct the bed base. Okay, slight change of plans. I'm looking on the tracking thing and my mattress is about to arrive. All right, bed guy is here. Thank you, mate. Oh, cool, it's got wheels.
Yeah, it's got wheels.
Sick.
Just gotta go further and
No worries.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, mate.
Have a good one.
You too. Whoa! I have the new bed! They weren't kidding when they called it a bed in a box, were they? Wow. I'm still gonna stick to my original plan and construct the bed base, and then I'll open this bad boy later and put it on top. Got a feeling that wasn't how I was supposed to open it. So when you're setting up a space, I think you can like prioritize different things based on what you want. And for me, I know that my priorities go first, vibes. That kind of means like setting it up so that I'm as inspired as possible when I sit down. Priority number 2 is acoustics and sound quality. There are multiple things that go into like having good acoustics in a room, and obviously treatment is a big thing, but that doesn't really matter at all unless you get the positioning right. That is like the most important thing. But to me, what matters way more is being able to actually write really cool shit because I'm really inspired in a certain spot. That one felt a bit shorter. And then obviously, thirdly, the bed, which we're constructing right now. I don't want it to be completely in the shittiest spot in the room. And obviously, if I wasn't prioritizing bed at all, I wouldn't be getting a bigger one. But anyway, let's get this fucking bed done. Jesus. Looks like I still got a mountain to climb here. Oh. Fuck. Oh shit, it's done. Oh, that took a while. It looks pretty nice in the room in my opinion. I think it looks pretty good. Fucking hell. I don't know what's gonna happen when I open this. I think it's gonna spring open. Ah! It's actually gonna spring open, isn't it? Whoa! Whoa! What the hell is going on? Whoa! Whoa! This is epic! Welcome to my YouTube channel. The whole idea with this mattress is that it's made by one of those like companies that started off making just purely foam mattresses. That new trend with like heaps of technology in them. Except this one's also got springs, so it's also half traditional. So I don't know. Buying a mattress online is typically pretty sus. But the whole idea is that I've got a 100-night trial, so I can just sleep on it forever and then send it back. That's kind of epic. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I'm just a bit of a nerd. That was kind of fun, but I'm a bit tired now. Ready to test this thing out on night one. See what it's like. See you in the morning. Time for sleep review. It was a good sleep. I feel like I have so much room. Like I'm in an ocean of bed and I like it. Okay, here's how today is gonna work. I'm going to set up my room in different areas. I've got 2 in mind right now and then I might figure out some more afterwards and see what the vibes are like in that situation and do some audio checks on a software called Room EQ Wizard. And once I've decided on my favorite orientation, then I'll set up all the accessories around it and all the vibes in that spot. The first orientation that I want to try is moving this one from here just over slightly, maybe like a meter or actually half a meter or something like that. And then see what the sound's like, see what the vibes are like, if I like having more room on the left and having more light. In terms of just vibes, it is nicer to be closer into the room to be able to see out more. I actually do very much like that. The big issue I'm noticing is this spot, this whole region is just unused real estate, which makes the rest of the room feel really small. Time for some Room EQ Wizard. The way this fucker works is it basically, I've got an omnidirectional mic here, which means it takes sound from all around, and I'm going to place it where my ears would be, and what it does is it plays a sine wave all the way from 0 hertz all the way up to like whatever the max is, and then it records what level it was received at this point at. Both of these are tests which I did. I just turned up the sub, and the sub is the green one there. That's the high frequencies, that's the low frequencies, and that's the sub. There's a big dip around 1K, which is interesting, but nerd stuff. Let's try another arrangement. This is an idea. It's doable, I think, but I don't know if it's actually good because like the edge of the bed's jutting into my area. Like I can hardly get out the door. And in terms of what you guys would see on videos, it'd still be like bed in background. Thing is, all I gain is like this. That's not epic. I think bed facing that way is like really the only option unless I completely flip everything in the room. Okay, I got a new idea. Okay, this one kind of feels alright as well, actually. The second one felt really off with the one pointed that way. Everything with the bed this direction feels good so far. And this one's like, yeah. This is kind of lovely. This might be it. This feels and looks, honestly, nearly the best. And it makes the most sense from all the perspectives of what I want to do. I want to have these cool shots for you guys. I want to have like a wall behind so that I can put some nice some fun shit up there. I'm thinking my vinyl's up there. I wanted to be able to like look out in both directions. Acoustically, this is actually the ideal spot. Obviously just like moved a little bit further over, but this is technically, from my understanding of acoustics, going to be ideal. And then I want to have this corner to myself for like my whiteboards and shit, because even though I've let you into my room and into my life, the whiteboards are still just for me, baby. The planning whiteboards. It sounds really good here. That definitely sounds the best. That's the new one. It looks really flat in the mids, which is great. There was a dip at 1K in the other position. There's less of a dip. It's less peaky though. I want to figure out how to fix this, but that is a decent curve. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've decided on this orientation of the stuff, I'm going to reorganize all this stuff and like just clean it out a little bit. That's sick, and I can still have space to set up the cameras. And then I'll go through the specific things that I think like really make this an epic space. Because hopefully it will be an epic space in a second. And just like this, I have a new space. How cool is this? So I've got my working area where I'm looking out the window. I've got all my vibes going here. I've got my piano here, or keyboard, and I can look out that door. And it's bloody awesome. So let me show you some of the things which I think contribute, at least for me, to the cozy vibes that I like when I make music. First and foremost, plants. You need plants. They honestly straight away just give the place so much more life. I have a couple other plants which sometimes will sit on the area here while I'm making music, but they're dying currently, so we're trying to revive them. Natural light. Super, super important, at least for my vibes, because see how it really lights up the area and just makes it all feel way more alive. That's important for the vibes. Then on the same topic of light, we've got candles. I absolutely love using candles, especially when I'm doing stuff later at night, because the light that it gives is so much nicer than some LEDs, which will make me feel completely like you're in some spaceship, and I don't really like that. The sounds I like are more organic anyway, so they definitely contribute. This is less of a single thing, but just color for me, like having the books there, having greens and reds and like different colors all around just makes me feel a lot more alive than some sterile white room where everything's white and black. I know some people like the duotone, keeping it super clean or whatever. I don't know, that's just not my vibe. And then finally, it doesn't contribute to vibes, but absolutely essential. The little trusty $5 timer. This thing has gotten me out of so many creative ruts. Also, I got up this morning to this. Do we think Eldre completely copied my title, or am I just capping? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. Because I know he's seen my video, because one of you guys sent it to him on Instagram and he replied. But yeah, I don't know. Wow. And now for what some of you have been waiting for, the setup tour. So while editing this, I've realized that the setup tour actually dragged on for way too long than I wanted it to, and I don't think it's that interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to speed it up for you guys, and maybe in future, if I'm feeling like it, I could do a more extensive one, but this is it for now. My laptop. This is the MacBook Pro 2019. It's been good, but it's a bit of a toaster and it runs super hot and loud, and I'm always scared that it's going to crash and die again. The monitor here, it's a Xiaomi monitor, ultra wide. I actually love this. The studio monitors, so we've got the JBR LSR 305Ps, I think. I actually bought the Yamaha 5-inch ones before this and returned them. They're good for mixing, but they had no bass and the highs sounded shit, and I needed something exciting for making music. And paired with that, I've got down here a KRK subwoofer. It's the S10.4. I don't know shit about subs, to be honest. The last like kind of audio thing is this microphone, which is beat up. It was like $150 when I bought it. It's an SE X1A apparently. You don't really need really expensive mics to make great music. This has been on every single track that I've made, and I love it. My Minilog XD. I got this because I wanted an analog synth, so I wanted the ability to have stuff that wasn't digitally synthesized every now and then. And I've since discovered that I prefer using presets, and I don't love sound designing too much. So it kind of sits here and collects dust, and I use it as a MIDI controller for the most part. But it's on a lot of songs. It's on Running Away, it's on Lover's Mind. Moving over here, the Roland FP10. I only got this year, secondhand from some guy on Marketplace, and it's terrific. I am a massive fan of these keys and how they feel. As for other instruments, I've got my guitar. It's a Squier Strat. It's really nice. I think it looks aesthetic as fuck. Got my trusty ukulele. This thing has been with me on multiple trips. I bought it off Amazon for like 30 bucks. It came with me to Europe in 2022, and then it came with me to Central and South America and Japan. So this thing has been everywhere. I love taking it with me because I can play music on the go. And I've got my violin. If you didn't know, I learned violin for like 10 years. And I used to use it in a lot of my songs. I use it a bit less now, and my chops are not very good these days, but this is like probably the most expensive thing out of like my entire setup, honestly. Actually, not probably, definitely. And that's pretty much it for the music production stuff. I've also got some stuff I use for video. I'm shooting this on an iPhone 14, but yeah, that's the setup tour. I thought this kind of thing would be fun to do because now when you see future videos, you have a backstory of how everything came together, and you know the kind of the space which I'm operating in. It might feel like you're actually kind of here with me. Who knows? Also, I had a couple of videos go well recently, and I mean, a lot of people would be tempted to like repeat those ideas, and like there's a lot of advice to be like, if something goes well, triple down on it, keep making the same thing. It's like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. And as I said in a previous video, I want these next 6 months to be exploring and seeing what types of videos and what types of music I like to make more of, and what cadence works for me. So yeah, it's kind of feels like I've lured you in with great content, and now you just get to watch my vlogs. There'll be a lot of different stuff coming, so I'm excited to like build this small community. I'm not trying to go viral, and I actually have a video idea of why you don't want to go viral, because I did it a little while ago. Yeah, I'm more interested in building community, and I'm actually thinking of starting a Discord. It probably won't be live when this video goes out, but I definitely want to have it live in the next like little while so that I can interact better with you guys, because there's no like actual one place where you guys can interact with me. It's kind of all over the place at the moment, and there's no place where you guys can interact with each other. I could definitely foresee opening a Discord and then it becoming a completely new creature of its own and taking its own life. So I don't know how that's all going to work, but yeah. Wrists was released last week, which is fun. That's still out, still going well. Thanks to everyone who streamed it, and I hope this was kind of entertaining a little bit. All right, catch you in the next one.